What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're here at Car Giants WA and they've been gracious enough to give me the keys to anything on their lot. So let's see what they got. So we're on the lot now here at Car Giant WA, having a look around. We've got AMG Mercedes over here. We've got just about every HSV you can think of. We've even got some Civic Type R's down the back. But this car right here, this is the one I'm going with, the 2013 HSV Maloo. She's a beauty. That's right guys, today we're here with the 2013 HSV Gen F Maloo R8. This thing is so Australian and I've always loved the Maloos ever since I moved to Australia. They're just such a crazy, outrageous car. So glad to finally review one here on the channel. Up the front in the engine here, this has got a 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine, and this particular one has got the Walkinshaw packed onto it. So what that gives us is 502 horsepower and just under 500 pound-foot of torque. Also to mention, with the Walkinshaw Performance Pack, we get ceramic-coated exhaust headers, high-flow catalytic converters, we have a stainless steel catback exhaust system, cold air intake, custom ECU, and a Walkinshaw build plate with the W375 at the back. So we're at the back of the Maloo now. This has got to be one of the craziest features of the whole car. Like I said, 500 horsepower, 6-speed manual. This thing is an angry muscle car. And in the back here, we got a bed liner that can basically fit anything you can imagine. So I love this idea. It really brings me back to the El Camino days. And leave it to the Australians to keep this tradition going. Just another noteworthy feature to tell you about the Maloo is I love how the back bottom bumper here is really integrated right into the exhaust. You kind of have this cool little diffuser type style rear end here, and it really looks sharp. I like the way this thing looks. Just bringing your attention to the badging down here, it says Maloo. Now, the word Maloo actually comes from Australian Aborigines, and it means thunder. And right now I'm going to show you why this car is called that. Alright, so inside the Maloo here, it's a pretty nice place to be. We've got these awesome racing seats in here. Now, big thing about these seats is that they're really designed for a heavier build. Now, I like what they did with the dash here. You have this nice accent of Alcantara with the nice hand stitching of HSV. You've got some leather accents up here and above the gauge cluster, which is really nice as well. Bit of a negative is the hard touch plastic that's just above that. Now, we also have your battery voltage meter and your oil pressure meter. So you come down to the drive mode selector button here, and you can go through a various amount of modes. There's a normal, there's touring, sport, performance. And they change different aspects that you can see light up across the screen here, and it does its job well. I like the fact you have these independent dual climate zone controls. They look nice. They feel fairly nice. I don't mind the whole layout right here that they've done. Coming up to the wheel, it's a nice thick leather wrapped wheel. You've got a nice flat bottom here, and it's really a quite substantial thickness, which gives it that racing feel, and I like the way it feels in my hands. Just a few negatives to point out. Some of this plastic here is really hard touch. I wish this was soft. I don't like the electronic park brake. I'd love to have the traditional, e-brake you have, just yank it up. Some of the buttons here as well, they're what you'd find in your typical low-budget Holden, your Barina, your Cruise. But, I mean, we can forgive it. This car wasn't designed to be a Mercedes or to be a high-class BMW. This was the true blue, Aussie muscle car that average Joes could afford. Now, storage in this car is a pretty big issue. Obviously, in the back, you've got loads of storage. You can take basically whatever you want, tow whatever you want. But inside the actual cab, we've got tiny door sill pockets here that you're not going to get any drink on this side. You might get a water bottle on the driver's side. You've got a storage cubby here that's a fairly okay medium size, I guess. You flip behind these seats and you've got 2 nets you can store some stuff in, and you've got about a foot to put some items behind you once you're in your seating position. So you're quite limited with space inside, but this is the kind of price you pay for an awesome, unique car like this. One thing I don't like is I don't like how everything is black in here, and then you go look up to the roof, and from the A pillars all the way to the roof liner, it's all beige. Even your sun visors are beige. I'm not a big fan of that two-tone look in here. I think it would have looked a lot sharper if it kept that whole black, menacing look. Overall, I really do like the interior of this car. I think it's usable and fairly good quality. All right, guys, so driving the 2013 HSV Gen F Maloo R8. This thing is, it's a beast. I've had this car for about half the day now, and this thing is just a joy to drive. Like, the gearbox has just got that real nice mechanical feel, satisfying shifts with this car. Seats are really comfortable, and that sound of the V8. Oh yeah, that V8 sound, you just, naturally aspirated power, man. It's just something you just can't replicate any other way. Just in the seating position here, it's a fairly nice seating position. I like the distance of everything. Just the one thing I don't particularly like is the shifter is just a little far away from me. I'd like it a little bit closer. The clutch is a lot softer than I was anticipating. It comes on quite high as well, but just getting used to it, it's not too bad once you've driven it for a bit. It's fairly quiet in this cab when you're just in high range gear and just cruising. It's fairly comfortable as well, like it's not too rough of a ride. And then, you just slowly ease on that gas pedal and she starts to come alive, and you can really tell this is a performance car. Oh yeah, you just pop it down a gear. Past traffic, no problem at all. Oh, they're just gone. This thing's just got so much torque for days. To me, this is just one of the true great Aussie sports cars. I love how the Aussies carried the Ute tradition. You got the big V8 up front, manual gearbox, rear wheel drive, smoke the tires up if you want, and it's just a no frills powerhouse muscle car. And I don't know why Holden ever decided to quit making these, because these were some of the greatest cars. Like, honestly, still to this day, these are so highly desirable, and I just don't get why they couldn't keep them going. just muscle cars like this, you know, they just hardly make them anymore, and I just wish they didn't quit. Holden, what happened to you guys? This was it. This was all you had to do. Keep making these, and you messed it up. Man. So that's the 2013 HSV Gen F Maloo R8. I love the fact that you got the bed liner in the back here. Fits so much stuff back there. You can tow whatever you want. Come up to the front, you've still got that 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8, 500 horsepower, 500 pound-foot of torque, 6-speed manual gearbox, rear wheel drive, and inside the front of the cab here, it just feels so coupe-like and sporty. I love the way this car looks, and to me, this is one of the iconic Aussie muscle cars of the era. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button. Big thanks to Car Giant WA. Really appreciate you guys letting me take the Maloo out. This was an awesome day. Loved the ride. So please go and check their website out. It's in the description below. They've got a ton of great cars here. Really, you guys would love it. So if you're in the market for a car, check them out, and we'll see you next time.